And I guess we have to, we gave plenty of time the other day to Bob Ferris in here, and he's a great guy, great businessman, and he talked about how he and Jake own the KeyBank building now, and they, I guess, never knew that these alterations were in the offing, and now that they're almost complete, they don't like it. And City Council, they just, all of a sudden, they're running one way, then they run the other. I don't think this looks good for City Council. And frankly, I don't think it looks good for the two members of City Council who are vying for mayor. Because it sort of suggests they didn't know about it or didn't realize it was a problem or didn't vet the plans or whatever. So, that being said, now all of a sudden, because an influential and, well-to-do pair of citizens puts up a fit over it, there they go. Oh, we got to stop it. We got to pull all this out of the ground. We got to spend $40,000. I don't know. I was kind of waiting. I was kind of anxious to see what the damn thing looked like. It looks like it's done just about, other than the grass and planters. So why not finish it? And then if you don't like it, yank it out. Let people look at it for a while. I was talking to, who was it? Bradley. Steve Bradley, remember him? Well, he's been involved in a lot of these downtown things over the years with his buildings and others. And he said, go ahead and just finish the thing. A lot of times there's people who object to something, it's done, but they learn to work with it. Remember when they banned smoking from inside places? And it was tough to adapt there for a lot of people initially, but nobody thinks twice about it now. And a lot of these downtown streetscape things, there was a lot of carping, a lot of, caterwauling, if you will, about aspects of that. And everybody got over it. There's going to be people who don't like that. A lot of things. They don't like the parking on Court Street, and they don't like the sculpture that Mr. Grieco's building. They don't agree with the shape of the fountain at Lockenauer Plaza. There's going to always be somebody caterwauling about something. But for better or worse, these plans were put together thoughtfully. I believe these are. I think Mr. Lumbus and those people, I've known them for years. To say he's not a thoughtful person would be, to deny reality. So to rip this thing apart now, rip it apart next spring if you don't like it. Let it go through one season, and we can look at it, and we can decide, instead of just, they're like, I don't know how to say it, somebody runs in one direction, then all of a sudden they're in the other direction, all of that stuff, and it just is a bad look for the city, for City Council, for everybody. So, I'm more than happy to spend $40,000 to hire counselors for Mr. Ferris, Mr. Johnson, whoever else feels this way, but I leave it for a season and see how it goes. Okay. We just got we're going to have to talk to the boss about this. All righty. In any event, 755-1240 is the phone number. Maybe, I don't know what your thoughts are on this. Maybe you don't care about it. Maybe you're ambivalent. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. But I want you, as your homework assignment this weekend, to go downtown, go over in front of KeyBank and look at what's being built.
What's going on with the KeyBank building? What did City Council decide? I'm a little lost there. Can you explain that for me and anybody else ignorant to that, to what's going on there?
Well, I'll tell you, they had planned, and, they're redoing a lot of public square. Part of that is to make it more pedestrian friendly. The crossing at Stone Street there has traditionally been a little bit hazardous. So they came up with this plan to have what are called bump outs, where the curbs come out further, make it easier for pedestrians. Also, it routes the traffic differently. Now, as part of that, they were putting two giant planters, concrete planters, in that right in front of KeyBank. So I guess all of this was talked about for quite a while, or at least known, and then all of a sudden the two owners of the Key Bank building, who happen to be, one of them's an elected official, the other one's a very influential and beloved person, and they said, well, we don't want those planters there. We want our 2 parking places back. So the city council, because some people, have gotten on talk shows or blogs or Facebook or something and are criticizing him, they quickly ran and voted to spend $40,000 removing these structures and restoring the 2 parking places.
Easy to spend other people's money. That's government for you.
Well, it is. This should have been, yeah. I say finish the project, assess it next year. If you think the world's going to end by not restoring the 2 parking places, then by all means do so.
I can agree with that, and I don't see how losing 2 parking spaces hurts anything with that building either.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's nice to have them. You like parking places wherever you can. But I was downtown yesterday, and a person I was riding with said, oh, well, there's no parking here. And I said, well, there's a spot. There's spots you can find. You can't always park next to the door, whether it's at the mall or downtown or my business. Sometimes you have to park a little bit away.
Yeah, for sure. And then you look around Watertown anyway, people could use a little extra walking, to be honest with you. We got health problems and obesity problems.
Oh my God.
Go downtown and walk, man. Let's go. Get out there, people. Walk a little bit. Get your step going. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. Okay.
I think we should form a human shield around those concrete planters. Stop them from doing it till they come to their senses. Let it be next spring. You can do what you want. Okay? But, this is the die is cast. The Rubicon's been crossed. And let's see what's on the other side of the Rubicon. Okay, and how's the dog park weigh in on the Key Bank curbs?
Well, see, the thing is the way the reason they did that was because people were, you got to back out of there quick when that traffic is coming, and they're backing into that statue, so they changed it for that reason. If they're changing it back to the same, then they just, are ignoring that problem.
They wasted a lot of money.
But you could have the parallel parking there. Whatever, I just think if they're doing it back the same way, then you still got the same problem you had before. So what's the point?
I know. Let's call Randy and get him involved in this.
Yeah, because,
he's Mr. Statue.
Statue that topples over.
I guess he would be the statue czar, if there is such a thing. Yeah.
But, yeah, if people keep backing into that, eventually it loosen up and things can...
I know. And I don't want to make light of the concerns these 2 businessmen have over parking. And in a perfect world, that wouldn't happen. But I guess they proposed as an alternative, put a couple spaces right on Stone Street for those who have to run into the front of the building, drop off their papers at the lawyer or do whatever they have to do, as Duff said yesterday. That's fine. I come down firmly. It's already built. Let's see how it goes for a year, and then, I'll be out
on the side of if you're going to do it now, because you've already put enough. So much money is going to be wasted to finish that off and then tear that all out again.
I don't think council. I think they're operating, and I know this, and I sympathize with them because I've been in that sort of isolated vacuum that you get into. You're in your own orbit there, where you're listening to just certain people and certain voices, and you don't realize how bad you look. And trust me, I've been in that situation. I did a lot of good things when I was mayor. Probably made some mistakes too. And sometimes we didn't look that good. So let me just say this. The council made a decision that was precipitous. They were very insular decision. And, I think they need to know there are those, I can say I like and respect Mr. Johnson and Mr. Ferris, but still disagree with them on this. I'm not going to just pander to them because they're nice guys.
They do a lot for the community.
Yeah, they're great people. My God,
Yeah, no, there's no question there. But, it's like, what are you trying to do? I just don't understand changing everything. You can't please everybody. People have asked me to run. I was like, I don't want a job I'm always wrong, because no matter what you do, you're always wrong. I
think we need to be, instead of the nattering nabobs of negativism, we need to be celebrating how good downtown looks and not having a debate over this, because all it does is it gives those people who sit in their basements on their computers a chance to carry on about, oh, these people suck and all of that stuff. And, you know, I say get her done. I think it all looks pretty great.
People are nice out there.
Well, I mean, you know, let's do something to, you know, get people acknowledging what a good job Mr. Johnson's done with that arcade. I don't know if Ferris is in you've been in there? That's great. Some new businesses.
It's great. And people complain about all the work being done in the city. That's a good thing. It'll be over and everything will be better.
That's the ultimate irony. People say, oh, there's construction everywhere. It's terrible, you know. You know, there's four letters that you can write down that would summarize my views there. And the first one is S. And let me tell you something. If there weren't work going on, the same people would be complaining because there's nothing being done. So these are just, like I said, they sit in their basements and ruminate about all of this, and we can't allow the luxury of they being the ones who set the tempo or pace of the debate in this town. So that said, I got to go.